But anyway, back to what you got. Let me see if I can pull up here that. Now you this week you did the hardcore for bass anglers, and you also did JC Outdoors. Yeah. Did you do team solo bass?
No, we decided we wouldn't do that.
Okay. All right. Well,
we didn't in either one of them. We caught the LFA. My partner caught 6 fish. I didn't get a fish in the boat. The fishing was it was another one of those weeks where look at the co-anglers.
Well, yeah, look at that.
Co-anglers kicked whatever. And I don't know how to explain that. My part that was Ken was the guy I was fishing with, and he had 6 fish, but they only weighed 585. They were little bitty ones.
I would attribute it to the law of averages because it's like sales. You had a bad week, you're gonna eventually come into a good one, and these guys it's about their time to hit it,
That's
so.
True. And it was a post frontal day Bluebird classic. I mean, northeast wind just a howling. Practice day, I had a 23 and 5 small slot fish. I had a fantastic practice day, and nothing worked Sunday or nothing worked Thursday.
Yeah. So this was the middle 1/3, is that right? Or
no, it was the west third.
Oh, okay. You fished the west 1/3 this time.
That's my weakest area, quite honestly.
That's right. You did say that. Yeah.
And that's Birch Creek, and that's where we fished. Was back up in Birch.
So y'all went back up into Trout or Buzzard Bay, or
we fished this shoreline right here.
Okay, along Briar Branch.
No, back down. It's shoreline right here.
Right in there.
Yeah. There were fish in there. They were small ones, so. And the wind blowing out of the northeast did not assist us in fishing, but.
Yeah, I guess it would. It'd be blowing right at you. Be blowing some bait fish up there.
Yeah.
But, okay. Well, I was totally off.
That's okay.
Hey, what else is new? Ain't nothing new here, huh?
But now Sunday was a different story. We had 4 keeper fish Sunday, and
now what part of the lake did you go for that?
That's JC Outdoors. We went into Little Caney.
Okay, up in Little Caney.
In Little Caney for that. And we caught a bunch of fish, but they were all slot fish.
Oh, really?
I had 3 22-inch fish. I had 2 that were 16 and an 8. And that just that kills you when you get one of those.
Oh yeah.
You lay it on there and turn it, it just goes over.
Yeah.
Goes over.
So were y'all in the far back of there where you've been fishing?
Back there where the grass is.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're not in the grass in there, you're not catching fish. And of course, that's true anywhere. You got to find some grass. But had a good day. We had fun. Caught a grinnell. First grinnell.
A grinnell. All right.
First one I've caught in a long time.
What'd you catch that thing on?
Caught it on a spin trap, a 1/4 ounce chrome spin trap. I'd already caught a 22-inch fish on it, and I kept throwing it. And I caught a crappie on it, and I caught that grinnell on it. And the grinnell ended up taking my bait away. How they flail around.
Oh yeah.
It broke off, so I had another one. Put it on, kept chunking. But the big fish, except for the one that I caught on that spin trap, I caught them on a cotton candy fluke. Throwing it out there in this grass and just working it back through the grass, and they'd glom onto it.
Yeah.
Anyway, next week we get to fish anywhere we want to.
Oh, LFA.
Yeah, LFA.
That's right.
This Thursday.
Yeah. So where's that going to be?
That's a good question at this point. Right now, if it was tomorrow, I'd say I'd probably go back into Little Caney because I know where the fish are there.
Yeah.
But Wednesday I'll pre-fish. I'm going into Glade. My fish are going to move into Glade one of these days.
Sure.
And I'm going to check that out and see what I can find. Probably go to Coffee Creek. I understand they'll be catching some fish back in there.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work, we'll go into the back of Little Caney. The problem with going to Little Caney is you got about a 15-minute idle. You got a scary boat ride to get back there, and then you got a long idle. Although I've seen 4 or 5 boats running on plane all the way to the back.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it because I hit too much stuff, idling in and out. But anyway.
Well, you're not the only one. I've heard some people putting some pretty good big holes in their boat doing that. So.
Yeah, Little Caney's got lots of stumps in it, especially when you get further back in the back.
Well, when they fill that up, they never really cut a boat road through there. I think everybody kind of comes on this side over here, down through here, but it's...
You follow the creek. There's some big trees, and the trees were marked where the boat run was, and that's what you're still doing. And I've got trails laid out on GPS, so I can... I just follow them going in.
Yeah. I think you need an area in the lake that's like that. That it's harder for you to get in there, and that may be part of why you're having success in there. Like it is. So. Yeah.
Of course, there are boat ramps back there, so there's people.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you got it right there. You go up there.
Run it all the way in.
That marina's up there.
If we fish in there this Thursday, we will run from the Minnebucket around the lake, so that if the bite doesn't materialize, we'll be able to get out of there and go someplace else.
Yeah.
So. So there we. But that's the story.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, did y'all get some bad weather up this weekend? Because I saw the weather look pretty rough up there last night.
Last night,
just missed it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we had some weather last night, but no, not this weekend.
Yeah. So you missed most of that.
Most of it
the lake
south of us. Yeah, we didn't have any problems. We had our rain gear on, and we got sprinkled on a couple of times, but that was it. Yeah.
And that was, let's see, you got this coming up this Thursday. This is the LFA thing, and who is that going to be?
That's Jackie Price.
Okay, going out with Jackie then.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep. And we'll pre-fish Wednesday.
Okay. Well, I wish David Kelly was still around. I'd like to have a ruling on the temperatures, because some of them have been really close to 50 degrees. But his deal was...
Yeah, I've heard that all my life. You got to be 5 or 6 nights of 50-degree water.
Yeah. Well, we got that coming up. I keep saying that, but we got it coming up right here for not this week, but next week.
Yeah.
The week after that, But now you still wouldn't be... your tournament's on a Thursday, and it starts like if it's anywhere correct.
Yeah.
55, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Right there, so that Sunday should be jam up, but you got thunderstorms on that Sunday, so I don't know. I would say that would be the case, I go straight with what David used to say about it.
Right. And I think there's something to that. It may not be an absolute hard and fast rule, but it's certainly a good rule of thumb.
Well, I'm noticing, we had the redbud trees bloomed, but now the wisteria is starting to bloom. I've got a bunch out front out there. I'm just knowing they're starting to get those purple buds on them. So it may be closer to what the wisteria is doing than at least this year. I don't know.
I know the dogwood up there between Gilmer and Quitman, especially over towards Quitman, are gorgeous. And they're prettier this year than they've been in years.
So are you seeing any beds up there yet? None.
I saw one guy we saw one guy Saturday went in the back of this little cove that we were in, and they set up out there and fished what they apparently thought was a bed for 45 minutes, and they never set the hook once, and then they left. So, but the fish have to be wanting to. Well, I say they have to be. I don't guess they do either, but you'd think that they would be in there, because the ones we're catching they're just huge. In terms of just full of eggs.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if the catfish, are they a different time period?
They're a
little later, aren't they?
A little later than bass. Yeah. Next month you'll spinnerbait and a rattle trap, and they'll hurt you to hit it so hard.
Oh yeah.
Half the time, don't catch it. Just whoa.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's some pretty good ones out there.
Yeah. And you catch quite a few. I've caught some big ones. when I've been bass fishing, because they like they do like power worms. I know that. And they like spinner baits, and they'll eat a rattle trap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So this week, this Thursday, I mean, you're going back up in Caney. That's kind of the plan right now, probably, and then possibly back around Glade, maybe.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything in particular other than just, that's keying you in on that, other than just history, and then the last few times up in Caney you've been doing good? You know what you think where some fish, but you're just kind of holding it. Your favorite place is probably Glade, and that just keeps coming back.
They're just not ready there yet. Of course, the cold is that Glade cools off quick, but it warms up quick, and when it warms up and stays warm, that's when Glade will.
That's the prime time.
That's the prime time.
Okay, yeah. I wish there was a way that you could put like a sensor out in the lakes out there that you had a continual temperature gauge in different parts of the lake.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a way of doing that. Surely there would be.
I'm sure there would be.
Wireless.
It'd almost have to be. It'd have to be wireless, and you'd have to put it out. Now, how would you put it out to keep somebody from messing with it?
I don't know. There's no probably way, but
I've often thought that if just one of the marinas would put a temperature sensor on their pier, and publish that on their website.
Actually, I think that would be a good idea. And they could easily do that.
Yeah, and it may be you'll have a feeling down through the years. It's a little warmer in Glade than it is down at the Minnebucket, or it's a little colder in Glade than it is at the Minnebucket. So it gives you something to go by. And that's the first thing. Tournament, when we go in to register for the tournament, everybody wants to know what the water temperature is. Now, there are 2 or 3 different websites that purport to give you live on the water results, and I've been real disappointed in what I've gotten.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've signed up for them, and I get 1 or 2 a week, and it's not anything that's really useful.
Oh, yeah.
The people that are catching fish are not interested in spreading it around.
Right. Wonder why.
Yeah. So,
Lord.
If you do it and be honest about it, you could probably sell subscriptions to it.
Yeah, probably could. Yeah.
But you'd have to convince people that it was good.
Yeah, that it was accurate and it was current and that sort of thing. But that's hard to find, is truth on the water. Nowadays, there's so many tales out there.
There's some truth in that statement.
Yes, I've heard so many tales in my life about fishing that I'm always a little bit reluctant to just accept it on the face value, it's I try to stay away from controversial parts, but sometimes it doesn't work that way.
I do understand.